How's everybody? Alright, I'm not going to use the microphone because my last panel I was yelling too loud into the microphone. Alright, so and plug audio in. Test. Okay. Alright, so yeah, I'm Theo. I'm going to be doing this thing. And I'm unofficially a member of Propeller Anime. Kent didn't love me enough to put the moniker on. But yeah, pretty much this is going to be prehistory. I'm going to start at 1900, like what the thing said. If you want to see colored anime, unfortunately this is not going to be the panel for you. And I'll show you in 1 second what I mean by that. Alright, so this is my timeline. So originally, am I allowed to stand up or is it bad?
You're out of the shot, you stand up.
So originally this was a 2-hour panel. And my problem was I was like, oh, I need more time. And so I was like, oh, I'll just make 3 animes. So you're watching the prehistory anime, black and white. The middle is modern anime, cell animation. I might do a panel on that, I don't know. Postmodern, shiny anime. I'm never going to do a panel on that. It hurts my eyes. The lens flare. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is moving pictures. This is 1907. This is a found film, as you can see. It's found in 2005. So for a while, what I'm going to show you next, they thought was the first anime, but they believe this one is. You know, things we don't know who the hell made it.
Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, I'm not going to try to curse, but if I accidentally curse, I apologize if anyone's offended. I said BS at 1 in the morning, at 1 p.m. at my last one, and I had some nice 8-year-olds sitting up front. I'm sure that was beautiful. There you go, it's in color. See? That's actually it looping 3 times. So yeah, we don't know who said that. Unfortunately, I don't know what that says. I don't know Japanese. Every time I try to learn Japanese, my friends. Oh, you found them. She needs a card to get in.
No, it doesn't matter.
No?
I just have a bunch of stuff. Yahtzee.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, sit down. You're in the way of my shot. God damn roommates. God, I'm pressed for time as it is.
Alright, then go, dude.
Nakurai Katana, 1917. Produced by Junichi Kanichi.
You want me to say the Japanese words for you?
Nakamura Katana. Junichi Koichi.
Okay.
Osaka.
It's that.
Japan. Samurai.
You're screwing me for time again, dog.
We're here for comedic effect.
So this guy is not really important except for really old stuff. Pretty much he's like, oh, now it's popular, so I'm gonna stop. Don't eat my food.
Don't eat his food.
Go ahead and eat his food.
No.
I just paid for that food. It was a lot of money. I went to eat
You
it.
saw me take it. You got my extra.
We told you to bring us food, bro.
Can we have a
What
bite?
kind of roommate is that?
Yeah.
I love. There's no sound.
guys should've came
Wait,
with
no,
the-
this doesn't have sound. It's not supposed to have sound.
That was me.
This was drawn on sticky notes, as you can see.
That was me in 1917.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
All right, so yeah, that was drawn on sticky notes. Unfortunately, there's a bunch of newscast information all over it. I can't get rid of that. So we're gonna go to Kubu Tori. Was that good?
You did very good.
1929.
What did you say? Kubu?
Yeah, he said cool.
Yeah,
It's Kobu.
Kubu.
It's Kobu.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm white.
That has nothing to do with that.
You're right. I also can't speak English.
You're a racist.
All right. Well, this is about an old man who has a lump or tumor on his face, and he inherited a tengu. As you know, tengus are mystical beasts. Chop off their nose, you're healed. He gets a gift, and well, unfortunately, he has a neighbor which isn't the best person in the world.
Alright.
And media is destroyed. Crap. Oh. Alright, well, pretty much this is the first one to have sound in it. I apologize that it's not here. I tested this before. All the other ones have sound. This is the only thing that I destroyed on. But, no, pretty much this is the first sound. It was just traditional Japanese music, like near. And then now we're going to go to Urashimi Taro, 1939. Japanese legend about a fisherman who rescues a turtle and is rewarded for the visit to Ryujujo, the palace. Ryuju. I'm sorry. He is the dragon god. He lives under the sea. If anyone likes Shintoism. Kent's judging me, isn't he? Pretty much, the god travels him takes him 300 years in the future because this was his gift, as you can imagine. As you can imagine, that's not always the best thing in the world, traveling 300 years in the future. So that's the turtle.
What kind of sound does it make?
And then you go Elon like donkeys.
I feel like he sounds like a hop.
Yes. But yeah, this is still like really early animation. They're not too like, I want to imitate Japan yet. They're trying to do their own thing. As you can see, this is really close to traditional Japanese art style. Eventually they'll see the mouse and they'll be like, yes. In fact, I have one thing where I'm sure the soundtrack is straight up ripped from a Merry Melodies.
Absolutely.
Chu no Seinan, 1931. The butterfly in the misfortune. Pretty much the butterfly has its wings stolen. The fox is going to get punished for stealing them. In Japan, I'm sure some of you already know this, but the fox is just a mischief animal. He's always trying to do bad things to you. And this is the Merry Melody soundtrack, if anyone can hear it.
Oh, dude.
That is a Merry Melody sound effect, straight up ripped. Yeah, now they're starting to get more Disney.
Not bad.
Yep.
I'll translate. What? I didn't get that.
They're saying a little bit, but it's still really more sound effects than it is talking.
No one is every.
The part that I cut to make this easier to see, because this thing is about 30 minutes all by itself. The butterfly was doing its laundry,
Bring it ready.
like the old style with the bucket and everything. So it took off its wings, washed it, hung it up to dry.
I did.
There's your butterfly.
You like the most?
ほら、なんだったの。
私のなんですから帰ってくださいね。
これなんかやるもんか。
あれ私のなんです。あれがないと私は飛べないんですもの。困るんですから帰ってくださいな。どうぞお願いですよ。
She's basically trying to explain why she needs her wings. And he's all like, oh, you don't need your wings.
化身所。よし。これ。よし。よし。ここまでおいで、あ、まだ化身所。返さないか。これ返せ。返せ。おれ、憎いやつだな。じゃあ。
Alright,
Wait,
that's
what
it.
happened?
That was very
That's-
Sword Art Online.
Okay, all of these from this point are long half-hour things. I cut them to about 3-minute clips so I can show you them. If anybody wants to get them, I'm gonna have my fun email address, which is because I keep saying we need to do a podcast. The current name of the podcast will be JoJo and Dio.
Because we're named Jose.
There's two. Well, it's gonna be me, Jose, and Jose. And Dio kind of sounds like Dio. But the fun one's gonna be so that's gonna be I'll listen to your I'll watch your crappy podcast at gmail.com.
You can't watch podcasts, bro.
I know. But no, if you really want to get in contact with me, I do have some fun little con cards with your.
I'll text his phone number to you guys.
No, I got some fun little QR codes. You can just scan them and you'll get all my information. And if you want a list, I'll get you a list. And I forgot to read that thing. Alright, so Art Baseball, Rabbits versus the Raccoon, 1931. Director Yasujiri Murata. This guy created cutout animation.
Did you
So
spell baseball wrong?
Baseball. Baseball.
I don't see the problem.
That's kiss in Spanish.
Thank you. Well, pretty much.
You sure got a pretty mouth.
Okay, pretty much. He loved educational films. He made about 8 films. They were all educational. He did not like making, entertainment. This is literally something they would show to like 8-year-olds in kindergarten and stuff.
And you're showing it to us.
Yes.
Thank you for looking down on us, great master.
Well, pretty much. If anyone knows, cut out what it means is when they do art, they draw the background, and then they draw another layer of the background, and then they draw the picture, and then they draw the body, and then they draw the faces 3 different ways, and then they'll draw like 5 different mouths, and these are all on transparency, so they flip them on top, off, on. Disney has a lot of really good documentaries where they show you how they do this. They do this because it's hard to draw everything.
Well, yeah. Why would you draw every single frame?
Exactly.
You would get authorized gout.
But you'll see how they haven't completely mastered it because the form factor of the screen changes.
Pude Budo. See, they want us to play Smash Bros. Sakurai. Wow, she speaks better English than like the voice actors of now. Jeez.
No, this was actually really fun. I watched this multiple times. I really liked this.
She says strike. She says strike.
Why so many bunnies?
It's bunnies versus raccoons. They're rabbits. Those are raccoons.
See like a lot of red bulls.
Usagi Tai.
But you don't see a crowd
Tanuki.
of bunnies. You don't see a crowd of bunnies.
Well, I'm assuming they're on the bunny stadium. Ballpark. For baseball.
At least there'd be some red bulls.
They didn't put their mitts over their hands. You know, there's not legit baseball.
Truthfully, those aren't that good raccoons. I mean, they got the dark eyes, but where are the other things?
Now you guys know how Jackie Robinson felt.
バッカのボックスに立つのであります。
But no, they got their little bonsai headbands on.
Fucked
打っ
up.
た、打ちました、走りました、走りました。
Yes, the monkey is the announcer. That the girl voice, that's the monkey supposedly.
Allegedly.
Now we're gonna go to Yugoki Korono
Morino
Takahiki.
Take.
Let me mispronounce stuff. I have that right. I'm 5 inches higher than you.
I'm 5 inches longer than you.
We're gonna have the fox. We're gonna have the fox again and the raccoon. And the fox is normal. He's gonna mess with the raccoon because that's what fox do in Japan. Is they mess with people. So like it says right here up there, he's a trickster. And he actually finds a raccoon because the initial raccoon is he goes and cries to his father or whatnot. And he pretty much he goes and cries to his father. Oh, that's the raccoon, by the way. He already transformed. He's pretty much became human, so he can go into town and drink sake, as you'll see eventually.
Man, we've been fucking up that long.
Oh yeah, you're right. I think we're out of staff members. We can all curse now. No, you can't. I'm joking with you.
Hold up.
So this is them being inspired by Merry Melodies.
Auto-tune.
There's gonna be songs and stuff, just like Disney did back in the day.
So we're gonna hear "Let It Go."
No. We'll do that again at karaoke.
When's karaoke?
I don't
Right
know.
now. No one leave, please.
I destroyed my voice last night at karaoke.
Yeah.
He destroyed his
You
voice
destroyed
yelling
my
at me
ears.
in my drunken stupor. Jose, that's a wall.
Doug, get off the floor.
So the dude's eyes started out as the ring sea blue.
Was that supposed to be a fox?
They were super
Those are
lazy.
the
They were
raccoons doing magic.
Oh,
That's the fox transformed like
is that the original Hollow?
smoking.
I'd be more scared of that dude. His neck just went all the way up and he didn't die.
See, there you go. That's the raccoon. He's very raccoonish. Now this is cut. I think they had like 5 minutes of him drinking.
To my homies. I didn't eat it all. I left the good parts for you.
I stuck my tongue in the
Or
soup,
the
though.
bread in the soup.
Ew.
Pretty much the entire thing.
Oh, gross.
See, you're scaring everybody away.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing.
Because we're the problem.
Yes.
Yes.
Momotaro no Yumiwashi. Does anyone see that ear? Does anyone know what happens with that ear?
Isn't that the year they get bored?
World War II.
This is propaganda.
You sure this isn't propaganda?
Okay, translated Momotaro's singles. This was the first Japanese feature-length. Shockingly, the Chinese beat them with Prince's Iron Band.
Oh, cool.
Pretty much, we're going to see a bunch of racists on the Japanese side fighting together. They're animal-sized animals. I'm not sure why.
Real footage.
Well, in the whole thing, if you watch it, I'm not really going to show you any real footage. But, for some weird reason, they want all the animals to get together, but Japanese mentality is, they're really going for pure-blooded Japanese. See, that's real. No, like, the irony is you know how they took all the Japanese and put them in the camps during World War II? The irony is that if the Japanese really invaded the East Coast, they would have killed them because they're like, oh, you're impure Japanese.
West Coast.
Yeah. Oh, but you know where all the Japanese were at? Hawaii. You want to know what happened to the Japanese in Hawaii?
That was a short video.
Yeah, I know. Nothing happened to the Japanese in Hawaii. They never went to a camp. They got to stay put. Because Japan's was like 60% Japanese. The thing is, they can blend in, and also, in retrospect, they think some white farmers in California wanted some better farmland. Yes?
You said Japan was 60% Japanese?
No, Hawaii.
Okay.
Kauai?
Hawaii. This is Spider the Tulip. This is actually really, really cool.
Delicious.
Oh, I got like my back water.
This was actually voted in 2001. This is actually in 2001.
Bartender.
Jose, please.
I haven't said a word.
What are you talking before?
So as you can hear, the sound's getting a lot better. That is a ladybug.
Is she single?
It's a boy.
That's what I've seen.
Lady boy.
So pretty much what he's singing is he's trying to convince the ladybug to get in his web so he can eat the
I thought it
ladybug.
was a boy.
You watched The Bug's Life, right? Same basic premise. That's a fly, that's a rose that he's talking to. The rose will save him.
I've never seen it.
Well, I've never really seen it. I never really thought of a spider as a bear told you. Yes.
Do you know if any of this was written?
Yeah, they are. That's what they were doing before they went to like today's cell animation. You know, with the transparencies on top of the painted backgrounds.
Right.
That's how they were getting the weird with the baseball. That's how they kept changing form factors because they were using different.
You know, spider. It's
I
not
don't
making me
Not-
feel really good about
I mean,
myself
you-
right now.
I don't know if there's any art majors, but I don't really think
Maybe with the land of side of
There, no, like the anime that they made in the 80s and 90s that they put to DVD for backup with the master tapes and everything. They actually forgot how they did that. They're actually having really hard problems restoring modern day anime. If any of you guys still listen to podcasts, the Ancast is really good. The co-host actually is a DVD author now, and he finally was. Instead of a co-host, he was finally being interviewed, and he was talking about it. And it was really interesting how he was talking about there's all kinds of anime that they made where they did weird stuff back in the day. They can't figure out how they did it. They can't recreate it. So they're having really hard problems, especially with the color settings for getting new anime to get to the old anime. So this is Murotoro's Divine Sea Warriors. This is the first full-length animated. It was the sequel. Still propaganda. If anybody knows Kimball the White Lion, song scene here.
Simba's cousin.
Kimball was paid, though Kimball the White Lion paid homage to a lot of things. This is it one. You guys are really gonna like the end of this, because you're gonna get to see an
What the
American.
hell was that? Theo.
That's a bunny.
If I saw that, come on.
That's actually a mouse, I think.
Oh
That is terrifying.
Mouse, bunny, just.
my god. That would freak me out if that just like came in the.
And now he's got a gun.
Yeah.
No one's safe.
No, really, I don't understand why they wanted to show all kinds of different animals working together. When it's
The
like.
animals are cute and cuddly, but not in these.
No, because I'm gonna let you into a little secret. This guy wasn't into the whole like Japanese will rule the world thing. He just wanted to make anime. I mean, you got the same people like Astro Boy, all that. A lot of the manga that came out in the 50s, that was all drawn in the 30s and stuff. It's just that the government at the time wouldn't let them publish it because they would pretty much be killed for not showing the proper ideas.
Reminds me of Castle in the Sky.
Laputa.
It's a lot more. That is supposed to be the Peach Boy from mythologies. Pretty much Peach came, Boy in it. Actually, there's an anime coming out this season where instead of being a boy, it's a girl, a very well endowed girl.
Yes.
It's very. It's stupid watching it. But no, pretty much they parachute down on the island, and now they're going to prepare it because this is pretty much showing a battle of World War II. This is essentially what island hopping was. The Japanese were on an island, they fortified it, made caves and everything. We went on the island, got onto the beach. We had to walk all over the place, find these guys, because these guys, like you said, they were in holes, they're in pillboxes. They didn't want to come out of those pillboxes. They were trying to kill 10 Americans for every 1 Japanese. This is when they were fighting to the death at this point in the war. Thank you. These are the Americans.
It's because I had no command over all troops. So I think it impossible to agree to a complete and conditional surrender.
では、お家様の指揮権は誰が持つのか。
He speaks really good English, doesn't he? The idea is the Americans are bumbling fools.
Well,
The tail of the white serpent, 1958. First color. This is Toei Daga's first attempt to make the Disney of the East. Rintaro worked on this. You'll know him from Galaxy Express, Lupin, Harlock, Astro Boy. This was put in America as Panda and the Magical Serpent. Every trace of it being Japanese was taken away because this is still. Because you ask your grandparents about World War II, and like we're cool, they were cool with the Germans. They loved the Germans. But those damn Japs, they wanted to destroy all of those damn Japs. So they couldn't sell something with anything that looked like it was Japanese back in the day because no one would buy it based off of pure hatred. This isn't English because this is the only way it exists actually. Like they didn't do a very good job at maintaining the Japanese version. This is pretty much the only way to get it. But pretty much the basic premise is she is an animal and she was like, I really, really love you.
Meanwhile,
And so she prays to become human.
far into space.
And pretty much this is her fighting to stay human because she transformed back. She's going to transform back. But the whole point of the story is she wants to stay human so she can be with her lover.
Soaring toward the fiery red star. In this star lives the dragon god, the master of all spirits.
I must pass, gateman of the Dragon Guard.
But no, like I really like this style. Like there's not really an outline. It's this back, the color, where it ends, that's the color. It's very essentially Samurai Jack.
I have come to ask a great favor of you.
It would be of such importance that it brings you to the temple of the dragon god.
I come to plead for the life of dear.
And Astro Boy. So pretty much everybody should know who Asamu Tanzeka is. He pretty much is the god of manga. He pretty much is pretty much all the stuff the reason why he has so much manga is he was drawing since the 20s, but he couldn't publish in the 20s, 30s, or 40s because he'd go to jail. This is the first anime. This is like the first anime that was super popular. They did it also very cheap, and you'll see in it. This is gonna be the opening, but essentially like the idea that when they're doing the voices, we only need like 3 flaps for the lips. And just the whole basic idea that instead of using 30 frames for we animate, let's chop it down to 18. So essentially what they're doing is that background's already one giant painting, and they're just moving the cells. Disney did the same thing though, but it's not like they were saying that was real. So everybody knows the story of why Astro Boy is a robot, right?
Yeah.
It was 2010, right? Was his accident? I believe it was 2010. He was going down the highway of the future, and he died. So his father wanted to use all the mystical knowledge that they had in 2010 to build a robot duplicate. Tetsu no Jin 28 Go. This is by Mitsushiro Yokoyama. You'll probably know this better as Gigantor in America. It came over to America. Secretly developing a super weapon intended to save the Japanese Empire. The war, however, is already over, and Dr. Kanada dies of heart failure shortly after completing the robot. He gives it to his 10-year-old son, which, 10-year-olds driving nukes is a great idea. That's what the story was in the US release. In reality, they were fighting World War II still. The bad guys are all Americans. So whenever you see in Gigantor bad guys who look like they're military people, those are originally supposed to be dirty, rotten Americans. Alright, now we're gonna get to Sally the Witch, 1966. This is very, very important. First magical girl, first shoujo. So, Yoko Yama, because we haven't heard that name before. He was actually like pretty much the first anime guy, really. He was inspired by Bewitch, as you're going to see. So this set the standard for pretty much all shoujo in the future. The heroine must keep her secret of her magic powers away from people. She has to use a magical phrase. Her magical phrase was Mai Haruku Maharita Yana Barayan. This is essentially saying bippity boppity boo. This is other nonsense. Oh, and she has a magical servant, like her cat, whatever. And also she has 2 sub-heroines. She was a tomboy and girly girl. So, Sailor Moon was a completely original idea. Now this is actually one thing that is a series. It's really hard to find the entire. There's 86 episodes. I have 20-ish. I'm always trying to find one. But yeah, also in this opening you see commentary. Sally, do your chores. Magic. Sally, you gotta do this. Magic. There's no go back now. Alright, and then we're going to have Hollis, Prince of the Sun. 1968. The director is Isao Takahata. Anybody know Nemo in Slumberland? Did anyone know it's anime? When I first saw it, I didn't. I think Little Nemo was probably the first anime I legitimately saw. Because I saw that before I went to Japan. Yeah, he also did Grave of Fireflies, which is another great thing. Miyazaki was an animator on this, so this is where you gotta start. This is actually a Toei production, so they did Dragon Ball and all that nonsense. Hollis the Prince was voted in 2001 to be the third best anime production of all time, and the style is really recognizable, as you'll see. This is a really, really great thing. It has lots of other names because it came over. They wanted to make him a Norse prince.
Oh, yeah.
And things.
I think you can reach into a DVD.
Oh yeah, you can. No, like this is out of print, but they made lots of DVDs. However, they don't use its actual title. They make up their own translated version. But put it in Google, you can find it. Also, you don't even have to buy the DVD. There's some nice people who put it on YouTube for you. Yeah, it is. But you just YouTube it. But no, like, tell me that this is not the root of modern day anime.
You want to go through the legit channels as possible because you want these people to get their money.
Yeah. But no, like, tell me, this is not like the beginning of modern anime. This like real first cell animated. This was a big thing. And it has a really great, I guess, stereotypical Japanese story. Wasn't very stereotypical at the time, but you know, Miyazaki pretty much remade this movie over and over again. He just redid the art. The girl that he likes. The girl likes him. But there's an evil sorcerer who demands keep virgins and whatnot. So, well, he's all like, I'm gonna go kill him. And then they get married. Well, that's not actually him. This is just some random wedding. No, he gets, the girl gets taken, she's like the priestess. It's kind of like Samurai 7, how like the girl's like the water priestess. And I'm not sure why she's a priestess, she's a little girl. But no, I just like think this screams. Like you can definitely see why anime look at this and look at today anime. Like if you're someone who really wants to watch color, like who doesn't want to watch the black and white stuff, or someone who needs the subtitles, because a lot of the other stuff isn't subtitled, I could definitely tell you to watch this if you want to watch old stuff and figure out how we came to where we are today. Alright, now this is pretty much the end. Who here is a part of a club? Nobody? Raise your hand. No? Well, who, like, we're in Orlando, so is anyone looking at going to college? No? You're in college? UCF? Yeah. Alright, for UCF people, we're in luck. We have Anime Spot. They're meeting every, Sunday right now. It is summer, it's a really hard term. But yeah, you can Google and go to use. And it's open to the public. However, parking's rather difficult. But what you do have in here is you have Thriller Anime, which is something we do once a month. It's free to anybody. It's inside of a Curry Lounge, if everyone knows there. We go there, we watch anime on the projector, and Curry Lounge is a restaurant with a 2-for-1 bar and $3 wells. And you're paying like $5, $4, and they have Yingling, they got Asahi. Not the greatest selection, but you know, you're like, oh, I'm drinking Asahi. You can all weebo out on the beer. Like I've also lived in Miami, and I noticed that I get a lot of people from Miami coming up here. So like just a shout out, and unfortunately none of those people are in the audience because they hate me. You got the main Anime Depot. You got the South Miami Anime Club down there, which has renamed themselves to Magi. As they want to say they encompass all geekeries. And then at FIU, you have Anime Etc. Pretty much. If anyone wants to learn more about like the nitty gritty, like what two of these guys were more inspired of, like pretty much more boring like history paper approach. I can give you these links. That middle one though should be easy. It's just Wikipedia. But these other ones get really specific. If anyone's interested, I can get you these things. That's pretty much the end. Is there any questions? Yeah.
Where do you find the old retro anime shorts like that?
There's actually quite a lot on YouTube. And I can't think of the name for the life of me, but there actually is a company. They're pretty much just like the other. They're just like any other company that tries to put out the old serials from 1940s. They put out a DVD with like 6. I got like 2 of these animes off of here. It's not that well of a produced DVD, but it does exist. But that and a lot of these things only exist in torrent form too. It's impossible for me to pay money if I even wanted to. Like things like Sally, I'm finding them on Usenets, which if anyone doesn't know, it's really, really old internet. It's back when you didn't have instant message or anything, and that's how originally people traded files. But yeah, pretty much, yeah, it's really hard. I mean, like you said, if you're lucky, I was smart enough. I actually have all things that I showed. I believe I at least have the clips on here. I don't know if I have the full things. Maybe if you're lucky, I would have the full things. But no, like I said, I got cards. If you want, just shoot me an email, and I can help you out. Where are my cards? Right, and you?
Yeah. We didn't go into that Kimba the White Line, but
No.
do you know, like, in the earlier days, like, was there? I know that show had a kind of a Japanese American. They were working together. Did like any shows before that had that partnership, or was that? If that was just the first one?
Not really. I mean, it was kind of weird. Like, 'cause it's kind of like how there were a bunch of Godzilla movies that are made with a lot of American production companies. It's one of those weird things. Anybody like Thundercats?
Yeah.
Thundercats was animated in Japan. Japan used to be the to-go place. Now it's Korea. Korea's cheaper. Eventually it'll be China. A lot of people, you notice, they go to Korea to get it outsourced. They're also starting to go to China. The people in Japan, they are the designers. They're like, this is what it looks like and stuff. They don't actually draw all of it down unless they want to spend a lot of money because it costs a lot. And pretty much unless you got what was it that Trigger did? Inferno Cop. Inferno Cop was made entirely in Japan. I can tell you that. But no, like a lot of it is pretty much a lot of people who usually go to be making who want to make anime. they're not paying what they do in Japan. There's not a whole lot of anime jobs in Japan. It's really hard to get in the industry. Even like Wolf Children. I can't think of the director's name right now, but he's the new director on the block. That guy's pushing 50. He's not that new. The anime industry, there's directors who are aging very severely because to get the money, they go to games. They're making games. It's kind of like how you got over here with a lot of games in America. They're like, oh, I wanted to make movies, but not making games. You know, it's just where the money is. Anything else? No? Well, I want to thank all you guys for coming out. I know it's not the full build room. But yeah, like if you guys like want, you know, I got my email on here, you QR code it, and you can contact with me. Oh yeah. Let me take It's a fun card. It's a joke card. Is anybody else? Oh, I have lots of cards. Huh? Well, thanks, guys. And if you want to see more stuff, and that was just going to be more funner. This is a little intellectual. I understand. I'm going to be doing a trigger panel. It's the second to last panel of the con, which is fun because my panel before this was just anime by the cover. It was the first panel of the con. So
what's the next one called?
it's I believe I made it Studio Trigger Best.
Trigger Best Studio.
Yeah, and then apostrophe question mark. I thought it was. I was drinking. I don't know what I was thinking. Yeah, and if any of you guys want to do panels, that's the key. Just submit them. But yeah, thanks for coming out, guys. How do you stop this thing? No, just turn it off.